Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat here with TJ today.
What up, guys?
And we're going to be on here for the next hour and a half to answer all your snowboard questions. I got TJ here for 30 minutes. Then we got special guest Andreas from Comor dropping in. And then finally, in about an hour, Chris from AKA Chris is going to be stopping by. So we've got lots of guests today to talk to you guys about snowboard gear. So if you have any questions, definitely hit us up and let us know where you're watching from as well, because it's amazing to hear where everyone out there in the snowboard community is watching from. And if you guys have been watching the videos recently, TJ and I, we just recently got back from Colorado, so had a really good week and a half or so of riding out there. And yeah, TJ, what'd you think of the week in Colorado?
Oh man, yeah, it was a great time. I always enjoy getting back out to Colorado. So many great people out there to ride with, and they're usually some of the first resorts open in North America. So
Yeah.
it was a great time, good conditions, good park, and yeah, hope we make it back out a couple more times this year.
Yeah, definitely. And shout out to everyone we met out in Colorado. It was super fun. Now we're back here in Whistler and keeping an eye on the forecast. There's quite a lot of snow potentially in the forecast here. It says snow, but it could be rain this early in the season. You never know, but we got some some stuff in the forecast here in Whistler.
Yeah, the clouds parted a little bit today for the
Yeah.
first time since we've been back, and you can kind of see the snow line up there. So
Yep.
coming up.
It's coming up. So yeah, guys, I know a lot of people out there are putting together their snowboard like gear collection. I just recently put together the final touches on my snowboard gear list for the season. Last night I picked up the Vans Infuse from the Circle here in Whistler. Really stoked on those boots. And another new thing I added to my collection was the Now Drive bindings, which I picked up from Comor in Whistler. If you guys are in town, definitely go visit John at the Circle or Andreas at Comor. They can definitely help you guys get sorted out. But yeah, TJ, do you have your gear list together? I know you have a few more things to go.
I still got a few more things to pick up, but yeah, pretty good idea on what it's going to be. So yeah, that video is going to be coming out
Nice.
this month at some point over on Board Archive. So I hope you guys check that out as well.
Nice. Yeah, guys. And so yeah, hit us up with any questions. We're definitely just going to try to help you to get exactly the snowboard gear that you're looking for. And yeah, hopefully just answer all your questions here. We got already a super chat. Great way too, guys, to support the channel is with the super chats, and a good way to get your question answered. So Tyler Fryer with the first super chat says, any cheap travel hacks, flights/lodging? Ooh, really good question, man. Yeah, we just booked our flight or not flights, but we just got our lodging in Japan. So what are some like travel hacks? I think one thing we were just talking about last night is like when you're traveling, it's like, bring what you need for snowboarding. But for us, like we do want to do some splitboarding once we get there, but we're going to wait to rent splitboards once we're there and not bring all of our splitboarding gear over, because it can kind of make you go over the weight limit when getting onto a plane. What do you think?
Definitely, yeah. I think especially after we brought our split boards for the trip to Chile over the summer, and
Yeah.
I think it's for the couple of days you might be split boarding. It's worth it to just rent it, because you got to bring the extra pair of bindings. The split board itself is much heavier, so if you are trying to travel as minimalist as possible, that can definitely increase the weight significantly.
Yeah, so definitely check the weight of your bag before getting onto that flight. You don't want to pay any overages. I feel like flights nowadays you don't have to book those too far ahead. Like the price of flights are pretty consistent as long as it's not like within a week or two. But I would say like for accommodation, you might want to book that further out, because accommodation in resort towns can fill it pretty quick.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to be there right at the prime time, like we are. Yeah,
in
definitely
Japan, yeah.
Sooner the better. Yeah, for Japan is the example.
And one thing that we always do now as well, which we always have in the past, is we always get a rental car when we go to a new place. That helps in a couple ways. One, you can kind of like book an accommodation a bit further from the mountain, which can save you some money, and then you have a car. Because some places, once you get there, it's not like the easiest to like travel around and navigate the slopes, and so having your own rental car can really come in handy. and save you some money in accommodation because it allows you to stay a bit further away.
Absolutely, yeah, and gives you the possibility to maybe go to a resort that's a short drive away versus just being boxed into
Yeah.
the one main resort at wherever you're going.
Yeah, last year we went to Niseko, and there was a place that people were telling us about, and we didn't really learn about until we got there, called Rizutsu. And because we had a rental car, we were able to drive out there and probably have one of our best days of riding at that new resort. So
Absolutely.
it's definitely a cool perk. All right, sweet. So big shout out. Thanks for the support. We've got another super chat. I'll get to that one. Appreciate all the questions, guys. Going to get to as many as possible. $5 super chat. No name, no comment, but hopefully that person will get another chance. Justin's on here with the super chat. Says, can you do more splitboard videos? Also would love to see a video on your setup. Very cool. What do you mean by setup? Like actually setting up our boards and like our stance and stuff? But yeah, if you want to see my setup, that was the last video on the channel. And yeah, TJ, what are a couple of, give people a sneak peek of your board binding boot setup?
Yeah, so for boards this year, I have both two battalion snowboards. So for my more freestyle kind of daily driver, I'm going with the Battalion Evil Twin. For my powder free ride kind of board, I'm going with the Battalion Party Wave. So really excited to get on those boards this season and really feel them out when let's get going and the snow comes in. For boots, I'm wearing the Ride Fuse. I've been really happy with those so far. Actually going to have a kind of in-depth video on those boots coming out over on Board Archive in the next couple of days. And yeah, I mean,
nice. Yeah, good setup.
There's a lot of gear, so
lots of battalion in there.
Yeah,
and I got the boards from Mervin, so I've got the GNU Headspace, the Liptech Orca, the Now Drive bindings, the bent metal transfer bindings, and then the Vans Infuse boots. So all that's hanging out back there. But yeah, I think we both have really different but exciting setups. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good season, man.
Yeah, I think it's good that we like are into very different gear too, because then we can give like feedback from different aspects, different perspectives.
For sure.
Nice. All right, just gonna scroll down, get caught up a little bit. We got Tyler Fryer on here just with a super chat with saying love. Thanks so much, man, for the love. Appreciate it. Yeah, lots of great questions, guys. We got Ethan Libby with the super chat. Says, what's your favorite mountain to board? Nice. I feel like, man, it's so tough because I'm gonna put a different slant on it this time. I'm gonna go for like ideal like dream scenario. I would like, oh man, it's so tough because I love trees are so fun, but also like really big steep mountains are so fun too.
Yeah, man, it's a tough call. It really is. Like I don't think there's. I wouldn't choose one mountain if I had to.
What would be like your dream sort of like putting together pieces of like ideal powder conditions on like this mountain with like this area?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then it's like you can kind of get into like dream scenarios.
Oh man, it'd be pretty awesome to have like
I'll shoot at mine.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm thinking. So remember that run we did at St. Anton in Austria? That like steep, like jaggedy rock run.
Yep.
Like if that was like just a extreme powder day, no avalanche risk, and we could just like haul down that like with any lines we wanted to. I feel like that would be one of my most ideal runs. Like. Because it was so long and steep, and like you're looking down through these like huge rock spikes.
Oh yeah, if you hit that in like perfect conditions with no avalanche risk, that would be mind-melting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What would be your like just dream?
So I think I'm gonna take it even one step further. So I think like honestly for Alpine, Austria came to my mind as well. But yeah, or even like. I'll say Whistler. So like Whistler Alpine, some like maybe like a nice like Spankies run going into the trees at Risutsu.
Oh yeah.
And then hit those powder filled trees and then go into the terrain park at A51.
Nice.
That'd be the ideal
dream.
Yeah.
All right, let's put that together in like a video game.
That'd be so sick.
Awesome.
We could probably somehow make a video like that work.
We can make it out. Old Man Shredder says, any suggestions for a vegan homemade meal? Awesome question, Old Man Shredder. Just throwing that like curveball in there. Yeah, TJ's eaten some veggie meals with a few of them with me. I feel like my favorite ones are like veggie burritos, which like we eat a ton of those like on the road and like easy to make at home.
Yeah, that's a good one. I also think just like some rice with veggies is a good easy one as well, especially if you have a rice cooker.
Like a stir fry kind of thing?
Kind of like a stir fry kind of deal. You can customize, the sauce to whatever your preference is.
Nice. Another favorite of mine that's like, you can do like a quesadilla style, like refried beans with like veggies kind of in a folded over flatbread or like tortilla shell kind of thing and grill it up in the oven. This kind of makes like a nice quesadilla, and you can throw some like guacamole and salsa on the side. Or like homemade Thai, which is kind of like stir fry but Thai style.
You can make some pretty sweet salads as well, like mixing in like walnuts and cranberries and avocado and whatever your favorite mixes are. I really enjoy that as well.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, let us know how it goes. Old Man Shredder hitting up some vegan recipes. Good call, man. Finn McPherson with the super chat says, hey guys, I'm trying to purchase a cheap setup for snowboarding. How much should I be looking at spending? Should I be looking at secondhand or online? Yeah, those are a possibility, like secondhand, online, but make sure that it's like the size and there's nothing wrong with it in terms of like a secondhand setup. But how much do you think for like a new setup that's cheap? You could get away with, say, I've kind of heard somebody say before, maybe like $300 on the board, $200 on boots, $200 on bindings. Does that kind of sound true?
I was gonna say around 700. Looking at like thinking in U.S. dollars. Yeah. If you're looking for all new gear, you can get even some of the previous season's gear. It's still brand new, but get that at a pretty good discount.
Yeah, actually coming up is I think like even some stores have this sale going on already. It's like the Black Friday sales in North America. So
yeah,
a lot of the snowboard companies and snowboard stores are getting rid of last year's stock. So it's still brand new, but it's just from last year. And really there's nothing wrong with it. So an amazing time to buy snowboard gear is in like the next 2 weeks. For deals,
yeah. Coming up, like the biggest sale is going to be this month. So online.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you do buy secondhand too, like off of a website or something, you can just make sure you inspect the gear. Maybe go with somebody that knows snowboard gear, like has more knowledge, just to like test it out, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And I would say like maybe boots is something you may not want to buy secondhand because they've already like broken in and shaped to somebody else's foot. And it's probably just, that's the one thing I would say, make sure you get your own.
For sure, yeah.
Nice. All right, somebody keeps asking about, do you think step-on bindings are one of the best bindings? No. I think they're good for the convenience sake. If convenience is like high on your list, step-ons are good, but I feel like performance-wise, they're not as high on the list. But I know some people out there love step-ons, so if it's your thing, then great.
Yeah.
Would you buy step-ons and ride them for a season?
I don't think so. I think I will give them another try. It's been a while since I've ridden them, and
I'll see
if they've changed at all, or maybe spend a little more time on them. Especially since I think that question comes up every live chat.
Yeah, it's good to get it out of the way.
Yeah. But, yeah, definitely convenience is the key when it comes to the step-ons. Otherwise, there's a lot of great bindings out there.
Yeah. All right. So Nate with the super chat says, how has the snow been on spring break at Whistler? Okay, so spring break. So you're thinking of coming out here like sort of end of March, April time. It's usually pretty good. Like, to be honest, you could have some slushy days, or if you're coming in late March, you could still be getting some fresh snow. So Whistler, the season is super long, so you're going to get still some of the best conditions around, even in end of March, like mid-April, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Especially recently, I feel like even May's been good.
Yeah, May was super fun last year, like the full spring park laps, and I feel like, spring break time, it could go either way. A storm could roll through, or you could get those sunny, slushy park laps, but
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be a good time.
We got Tyler Todd with a super chat saying, what video editing software do you use? So we both use the same, Adobe Premiere Pro CC.
Yep.
It's kind of the one thing about that is you do have to pay for it monthly. But if you're serious about video editing, or even if if you really enjoy it as a hobby, I would highly recommend just checking out Adobe Premiere. Learn like the basic 5 or 6 tools, and then you'll be good to go. And maybe every time you make a video, what I always try to do is like learn a new tool or like new thing in the software that can help improve your video editing. Yeah, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's great, man. I used to edit with Final Cut and then switched over to Premiere, and I think paying for it is definitely the way to go versus trying to find some like free software, because it's one of the smoothest ones out there, and when you pay that monthly fee, you get the automatic updates, so it's always running as smooth and as fast as possible, and you have all the latest features. So but yeah, I think learning the shortcuts and just really getting comfortable with the software you decide on is huge.
All right, and Care has a super chat. Thanks for the support, for being a sponsor of the channel. Says, hi guys, looking into women's Rossignol All Mountain Justice board versus Rome Royal board. Thoughts? Also, a beginner snowboarder using an intermediate board. Thoughts? P.S. Thanks for all the chats. Oh, amazing. Yeah, appreciate the support. Well, I don't think we know too much about those women's boards, do you?
Not those models specifically, unfortunately.
But we can definitely give you some more broad advice just on like picking up a beginner women's board. I think you can look at intermediate boards, but you don't necessarily need to. You can stick to those like beginner style boards. I think they give you everything you need. Does any stick out in your mind, like women's sort of beginner/intermediate boards? One for me is the GNU Velvet. That's what my wife Jill, she got the GNU Velvet, and I think it's a perfect sort of beginner intermediate women's board because it's got the magnet traction to hold on ice, and it's also like a softer flex board, so it's going to be really maneuverable and kind of like playful for getting your turns down. But then if you want to get into presses and stuff, it's going to allow you to do that too.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that one's a great option. I'm also a fan of the Arbor boards. So like the Arbor Paparazzi or the Ethos, going to be that softer flexing, kind of directional twin kind of board. So very versatile, and it's going to have the grip tech underfoot. So if you do get in that more variable terrain, it's still going to help you out, giving you that extra grip. And as far as a beginner getting a more intermediate board, I think there's a bit of a trade-off there, whereas as you progress, you can probably get a little more aggressive with the more intermediate board. It'll be a little bit stiffer, and like as you start to ride faster, maybe you'll enjoy it more, but it'll make those early stages, if you're like truly just starting off learning the fundamentals, it might make that a little bit more difficult for you. So yeah,
definitely. So Tarek wants to know, do you love more park or more powder? Which is such a tricky question.
The other classic.
It's almost like when you have too much of one, you end up wanting the other thing. So we definitely get spoiled with like too much powder, too much park, and I feel like a good balance of both is good. But I think, yeah, if I was just gonna have one dream day, it would probably be like a Japan powder day or something.
Powder day for sure.
Because you can still turn that powder into like freestyle type stuff, like getting grabs off of pillows, like building kickers, turning like a bent over tree branch into a jib.
Yeah, log jibs, and I mean, technically, you could still ride the park on a pow day too.
Oh, that's true as well. Yeah. Oh, if it's a steep park, we get lots of speed off of the features.
Yeah. Black cone, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the jumps, but yeah, on a pow day, you get plenty of natural jumps.
Nice. All right. And another super chat from Justin says, by setup, I mean show boards and explain it and the process. I'm just starting splitboarding this year. Do how to use your skins. Very cool. I'm sure if you go back into some of the older videos where we're splitboarding, we do get into like our splitboard setups and how to use the skins and like that whole process. But it's always good to do refresher videos on those topics. So we'll definitely get some more of those out for you.
Yeah, there'll be some split boarding coming up this season, so yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think this year it's going to be the best balance yet of like park days, powder, and then split boarding. So I'm looking forward to that.
Same.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, lots of great questions on here, guys.
230 people on the chat. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, shout out. Biggest snowboard community in the world on here. It's pretty dope. Shout out to all the other YouTubers as well. Like we got TJ here, Board Archive. Andreas Schubert is coming in with his channel. Chris Ayers, he's got the YouTube channel. Shout out to all the guys in Colorado as well. We got Jonathan Buckhouse, Casey Willax, and Ryan Napton out there. So everyone killing it.
Yeah. Shout out David Jones as well.
Yep.
Can't wait to see David coming up.
We'll see you in Japan, man. All right. Zach wants to know, Kev, what is the stability on the Orca? It's like pretty high up there. I would say like it's a good stability. Maybe like, I don't know. In powder, I feel like that's where it's the most stable is through powder. So I feel like powder riding, it's like a 9 on stability. It feels so good, like landing drops. The C2 profile really helps you out with that. And then even like for carving, groomer riding, it feels very stable. Maybe not as stable as like a very stiff full camber board, but still up there. Like probably like a solid like 7 just for like carving around the mountain. So yeah, super stable board. Engen with the super chat. What's up, Engen? Says, what's your opinion about the Burton step-ons? All hail to the 303 crew and DWCP crew. Yeah, shout out, guys. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in and got some of that humor coming through with that question.
Engen is just trolling right now.
Yeah, Engen, I owe you a beanie as well. I have to check my Instagram and make sure you sent me your full name and full address. I don't know if you want to give that information to me though. You might be keeping that a secret. All right here. Kevin, another Kevin with a super chat says, what do you think about step-in bindings?
Oh my goodness.
Nice. I don't know if is that a joke? I can't tell. Yeah, I think we'll just say it one more time. Yeah. I think like with step-ons, it's like making, if the convenience of it is the priority, then I think step-ons are good and I would recommend it that way. But if you can just like with the traditional straps and you get to the top of a lift and you can kind of like build yourself a little shelf, build yourself a little shelf in the snow by kicking it with your heel and strapping and standing up, I feel like you'll get more performance with the traditional yeah, just like straps.
Yeah, and I think if you are talking about like a step in, like the flows versus the step-ons, it's pretty much, the same information applies.
All right, great questions here, guys, though. And yeah, Banana Dude says Skate Banana is for all vegans. Yeah, banana boards, I guess. We need those bananas. And all right. Wow, lots of great questions. So Edsu says 32 Vans or Burton. I'm guessing you're talking about boots. So for me, like easy Vans, I've had 3 pairs of Vans and it's all about like putting your feet in the boots and just making sure they're comfortable. So these Vans I got up here, the Infuse, I had my feet in them for like an hour and there was like no pain. All right, just somebody's here. Come in. What's up?
What's up, man?
You want to hang out just for a little bit?
Cool little bunker.
Nice, thanks, man. What time is it?
It's 2:30.
Okay.
Maybe it's a few minutes late.
Oh, sweet, man. Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah, man. All right, we'll get you in 5 minutes here.
Oh, all right. See you guys soon.
All right, guys. So Andreas is coming up. We're gonna kick TJ out. There's not enough room for.
Yeah, it's too hectic if you try to do 4 people or 3 people at once.
All right, I'm stoked though. All right, Andreas is in the bunker. He's in the studio. Nice, man. All right, so 32 Vans or Burton. Yeah, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't had the chance to ride Vans boots yet, but I have ridden 32 and Burtons in the past, and Yeah, out of those, I guess I've had a pretty good experience with 32 in the past, but I've kind of moved on to some other brands, trying to feel out some new stuff now, and I think my current favorite is Adidas, actually.
Ah,
So
nice. Yeah. So guys, go to the store, put your feet in boots. If they don't hurt your feet after 45 minutes, an hour, they could be the right pair for you.
yeah, wear them for more than 5 or 10 minutes. Really make sure you feel them out.
Yeah. All right. Eric H says 200 people watching, only 40 likes. Well, we're up to 69 likes. I don't know if we can get to 100, but yeah, maybe that's.
I don't think so,
yeah.
dude.
You don't think so?
No, dude,
Okay.
they're not gonna do it. They don't want to give you that.
All right, let's do one more super chat, and then we'll kick TJ out, and then we'll get Andreas in here because.
Oh, they did it.
Oh, it's already over 100. All right, sweet. So backpacking with kids with the super chat says, hi guys, about step-ons, I rode them really hard about 40 days. By the end, my back foot was popping out Occas. I don't know what that means. Plus, hard to take off board when stuck in tree well. Oh, wow. I'm back to regular bindings. Backpacking with kids, that's a really good, that's some great information about the step-ons. I don't know what the popping out Occas means.
Yeah,
But
doesn't sound good.
the combination of your name, backpacking with kids, and getting stuck in tree wells is kind of a terrifying scenario. But man, thanks for the feedback on the step-ons. I feel like they're for some people for sure, because I know the people that have them that love them. But for me, it's like, yeah, I did have some like weird pressure points. I think you felt the same ones, like around my pinky toe.
Yep.
And also just like the movement you get in the step-ons is, I feel like, just go with the straps. I think you can pull it off.
And I feel like if we tried to get like 100 days out of some step-ons, those locking mechanisms, I feel like they would start to wear over time, especially like the toes. It's like, it's not an actual mechanical thing like a ratchet. It just kind of bends over and over and over. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting to get feedback from people who've actually spent about 40 days or a lot of days on them.
Yeah, this is the best way to do it, for us to like talk here, get feedback, share stories. So yeah, I really appreciate it. All right, so guys, check out TJ over at Board Archive. This half an hour went so quickly, man.
Always does, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on the chat. Thanks for all the great questions, guys. And yeah, hope to see you over on Board Archive.
Yeah, check it out. Board reviews coming soon. What's the next one? The K2 Standard?
K2 Standard coming up today. Ride Fuse boot review coming in the next couple of days, and live chats on Sundays.
All right, go make it.
All right, I'm going right now.
All right, see you, man. Be careful of all these wires. All right, we got Andreas coming into the studio. Wow, I feel like Jay Leno on here or something. David Letterman?
Oh man, it's so like yeah, I feel like I'm on like a television special.
You are, man. This is it. So if you guys don't know, Andreas works at Comor, but he's also got his own YouTube channel, Andreas Schubert, that you guys should all check out. And yeah, making lots of board reviews as well, gear videos. What's the next one? Andreas is the guy that got me onto the Now Drive bindings. So if they're terrible, I'll just blame you. But I think I'm gonna love them.
Yeah, man. No, yeah. I've got a Now Binding video coming up.
Nice.
Chris and I are releasing a Capita video about the Capita lineup.
Sick.
Yeah,
nice,
so
man.
That's coming out.
Cool.
Lots of things in the pipework.
Lots of stuff to check out from Andreas. All right, so let's get to some questions. If you guys have specific questions for Andreas, he's a pretty much a guru of everything snowboarding. So let's see what's coming up next. We got tons of great questions, guys. Appreciate it. All right. And yeah, so Danger Spike says you guys should come down to Washington. Have you done any snowboarding in Washington, Mount Baker?
No, I haven't actually. I've only been to Killington in the States. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is like where the U.S. Open was.
Cool. Well, we'll have to, maybe we should make a trip down to Baker because it's such a iconic mountain. So many people, I feel like a lot of people from Whistler go down there as kind of like that, a bit of a change. So
yeah, for sure, man. I got to get out of my comfort zone. You know, here in Whistler, it's just a little bubble, right? You just want to hang out here all the time.
Yeah, you get trapped in the bubble. Pandagram says Volcom Rain or Rowan Bibs, pros versus cons. So basically, the Rain bibs are full Gore-tex. I think the Rowan bib is 20K, so you're losing a bit of like waterproofness. But Andreas, what do you think? When you ride, get pants, do you go for Gore-Tex all the time? Or
Yeah, I always tell people Gore-Tex pants are a must, especially here in Whistler, where sometimes that chair comes down in the morning full of wet snow, slush.
What do you think? Like, where can people get away with, say, 20K? Probably East Coast, colder temperatures like that.
Yeah, exactly. Places where you're not expecting as much precipitation, as much wetness.
Yeah, definitely. Here, lean in a little bit, man.
Oh,
Come on
sorry,
in.
dude.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Let's get our heads lined up here. Looks good, man. All right. So Ginger Ninja with the super chat says hi from Tennessee. Have y'all ever been to Snowshoe? Is that West Virginia? How long are other runs compared? Everybody, give the vid a like. Love your content, guys. Awesome. I think we just missed out on the person that probably knows the answer to that question. TJ, growing up in North Carolina, I think he's been out to West Virginia to snowshoe, but I feel like once you get out west, you're gonna notice that the runs are just like so massive. Like here in Whistler, like what's the longest run? Something like
Peak to Creek, it's like takes a good half an hour.
yeah, half an hour of snowboarding like at a pretty good pace. So yeah, how did you feel like coming from? So me and Andreas we both grew up pretty close to each other in Ontario. But my first time out here, I had to like stop halfway down the run to take a break.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that come out and visit just don't have like the physical, upkeeping that you need on your legs to be able to really just give her. So I think it took me a long time to be able to ride, those long runs, those half an hour.
Half an hour through even through powder, through trees, not just like cruising riding either. So it's like a skill that you develop once you get out to bigger mountains. You just kind of start to adapt.
It also takes a long time to like learn how to ride multiple days, like 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Your legs can really start to get sore. Took me a few seasons before I could do as much riding as I do.
Yeah, I can remember my first season. I would ride, say it would be like day 4 of riding in a row, and I would come home and go to sleep at like 5 p.m.
Yeah,
and then wake up the next day at 7, and it was like. I think my whole first season, I remember there was always one day of the week where I would just pass out. Just come home, drop off my board and my boots, and just like face plant into my bed.
Need that recovery time, man.
Yeah, you need it. So Mike Bergeron with the $20 super chat. Thanks for the support, Mike. We'll definitely look for your question if we see it up here again.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, tons of great questions on here, guys. Getting Her Done says, great name by the way, says, you guys got any recommendations on a previous year's Gore-Tex jacket? I could get my hands on in the Black Friday sale. Yeah, it should be great. Like Gore-Tex year after year, it's not like changing much. I don't really know anything about the Gore-Tex like tech behind it, but it's pretty consistent, right?
Yeah, it's like, I would say all brands sort of have like a 3-layer Gore-Tex and a 2-layer Gore-Tex.
Right.
And I typically will recommend the higher end 3-layer Gore-Tex if you can, which is what Kevin's got in his Brian Iguchi jacket, and that's what I've got in my Dakine, what's it called? The bone cross or the cross, the bone something or anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
We both wear 3Ls, so yeah, it just depends on what people have left in their sizes.
And so then year after year, so if you got like a 2019 model jacket, it'll still be perfectly good, right? Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get that sale. Like now's the time, next couple weeks. Do you guys have sales on at Comor for Black Friday stuff going on?
Yeah, we've got like
Nice.
a few different Gore-Tex shells on sale from last season.
Nice.
It just depends on what size people need.
Yeah, if you can find the size and the style that you like, definitely like snatch it up. Yeah, good time to do it. All right.
Sawtooth. That's the name of my jacket.
the Sawtooth.
Sawtooth 3L.
Kakper says, hello guys, is the GNU headspace good enough for carving on track?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a good carving board. It's not like, if you're gonna get a board where carving is the thing you want to do the most, I would say the headspace isn't the best board. The headspace is more for like your park freestyle snowboard. If carving is like your passion, something you want to do, I would maybe check out a stiffer directional board. Maybe something like the Libtech E-Jack knife, or a sort of a board in that vein. Do you have a GNU board that pops into your head that would be a
Really good
better,
for carving?
better carver?
The Mueller.
The Mueller. Shout out Nicholas Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, good call. All right, so lots of questions for TJ coming up. I feel like we gotta get caught up a little bit here. And Street Beaver says, "What do you guys use to film on the slopes?" A GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro pretty much.
Yeah, the GoPro is definitely the best one. It's just like that camera that you can, get it wet in the snow, you can drop it, you can throw it, you can hit it on a rock, and it's pretty indestructible. And then, I recently picked up the GoPro 8, and it's actually like super stable, almost like eliminates the need for a gimbal. And yeah, with you can get some extra batteries for it for surviving in the cold, and you're good to go. What's your experience been with the GoPros?
Yeah, so I just use the handlebar mount, and I take that handlebar mount and mount it to a stick that I usually find off of a tree.
Perfect.
And that way you don't need to carry a selfie stick with you. You can just find a selfie stick off of a tree, attach it to the handlebar mount, and then you can use it for the duration of time that you need it, and then throw it away when it's done. And then the rest of the time, I take that handlebar mount and I simply place it in my mouth. And that way I have an amazing first-person vantage point with all of my shots.
Perfect.
I'm still using the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Kevin just upgraded to the Hero 8, but I really want to get a Hero 8. It's on my list of things to get.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's they're both great cameras though. If you can get a 7 on sale, I recommend that as well. It's like both great cameras. The 8 does step it up in the stabilization, but yeah, both really good. Mm-hmm. Caught It Up says, "You guys motivate me to move to a resort town." Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Welcome to the life of resort town living. Hope you love it.
My everyday life is better than most people's vacations.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun having like all this stuff at your doorstep for sure. All right, let's see what else is going on here. So Jake James says, "Best boots for 2020. I just bought some Ride Anthem boas and they hurt my feet so bad."
So bad.
Oh no, sorry to hear that. So for me, I tried to go, I think my best boot was, the Vans Infuse. I tried on the Vans High Standard Pros. My last boot was the Vans Sequel, which I couldn't find here in Whistler. And the Vans Infuse, they were just like, put them on my feet for like 45 minutes at least, maybe an hour, and I had like 0 foot pain the whole time. So I feel like, I don't know, it's a tough call, but I think you should try to find that pair of boots that don't hurt your feet. What boots are you rocking this year?
I've got a pair of the Solomon Lo-Fis, are indeed by Bodie Merrill himself.
Nice.
They've got the new spring back mutation technology, so the high back of the boot is made from a one-piece urethane, and as you flex into it, it wants to spring you back. So it feels very responsive, energetic, lively, and great for getting that rebound when you're carving. The other pair of boots I use is a Burton SLX. I have two pairs of boots just because a lot of days I finish riding and I go directly to work and my boots just get like thrown in the car and then they're wet. So I get home and they haven't had like a full afternoon to dry, so it's nice to be able to throw those ones on the dryer and then have a already warm, dry pair of boots for the next day. So sometimes I rotate. Yeah,
guys, if you don't have, I've got my boot dryer just sitting over here as well. Every night, come back, put my boots on the dryer. And if you want to take it next level, like Andreas, 2 pairs of boots, alternate just to keep them nice and dry, because it sucks when you go to put your boots on and they're wet from the previous day.
Yeah, instantaneous cold feet.
Yeah, and it also sucks sometimes for the people around you if you've got that musky, dank boot smell happening, and people are like, "What is that?" But yeah, definitely, I feel like So which pair do you feel like are both equally as comfortable on your feet? Or
I actually like the Solomon Lo-Fi better than the Burton SLX, and the Burton SLX is more expensive by almost $300. So,
but comfort-wise, the Solomons are more comfortable.
Yeah, I just really like their articulated liners.
And Andreas actually kind of helped me out last year too, because I had the 32 Team 2s, which were destroying my feet, and I thought it's just because my feet have mutated and they don't fit in these boots anymore. But Andreas, you tried to help me out with that and break them in for me. But
oh my God, yeah, my heels went numb.
What did they do? What happened?
I don't know, man. They were fine for the first half an hour, and then after that first half an hour, well, for whatever reason, you'd take your foot out and your heels would be completely numb. They made
like-
such a tight heel pocket.
They crushed you.
Yeah, I know that you tried heat molding them. I tried heat molding them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I had to take a week off of snowboarding because my feet were so sore.
like gnarled from them.
All right, great questions, guys. Okay, so missed it. Here we go. So Karn says, "Hey from New Zealand, coming to Revelstoke, Big White, Kicking Horse, and Sun Peaks. Also heard about Nakiska. What do you rate the best of those?" Oh wow! So I've only
Wherever it snowed.
Yeah, wherever it snows. Definitely wherever it snows. We've only been to Revelstoke, unless have you been to those other spots?
No, I haven't been to Kicking Horse.
But yeah, Revelstoke was amazing. Like massive, very steep mountain, and a really cool, like small, kind of normal-ish town, which I really like the vibes of.
Lots of hiking in Revelstoke. That was really cool.
Lots of lots of hikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope on your trip, like I feel like the best place is gonna be wherever, like Andreas says, wherever gets the best snow. All right. Yeah, tons of great questions, guys. All right, a little bit of spam going on, but that's all good. Scott says board bags. So the board bag I have is sitting over there. It's Decine high roller.
There's
I
high roller, low roller,
And
fall line.
My first board bag I actually bought from Andreas before I even knew who the heck he was, or vice versa. So
Before I knew who Kevin Pierce was.
yeah. What do you have a board bag, or are there any in the store that's catching your eye?
Yeah, I always use the Decine low roller typically.
Nice.
Yeah, I just like how it's got that little bit of padding. It's got the wheels. Wheels are definitely important.
What do you think? What's the trade-off between the low roller and high roller?
I think it's like
Just the size?
yeah, it's sizing and it's like the depth of volume of the padding. But
Okay.
yeah, I like both of them are good. Both
Nice.
of them are good. I prefer them over the Burton one.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like, well, for me, honestly, the Decine, it does like, it slumps a little bit more, I find. So when I'm wheeling it through the airport, there's a little bit of drag, where the Burton bag is like a little bit stiffer across, and there's no like drag. So, but my Burton bag did wear out first. So now I'm on to the Decine, but yeah, it'd be cool. I feel like both bags they're pretty solid. And a million pop off with the super chat. He sent us one of those stickers. It's like a chicken giving a fist pump. Thanks, man.
Oh man, thanks for the chicken fist pump.
Thanks a million, man. That's awesome. All right, Andrew Strong, what's your best board recommendation for park and groomed runs? I would just recommend the Headspace. It's my board for the season. I think it's super fun on groomed runs and park for sure.
Yeah, Headspace or Huck Knife.
Huck Knife, yeah. Yeah, lots out there. Duramax Zane says, Volcom Gore-Tex stretch. Thoughts? Yeah, definitely. That's my setup for this year. Got the stretch Gore-Tex, and I feel like this. I did try on some just like regular Gore-Tex jackets, and if they're not like big enough, they do kind of like stop you when you're going to move in like different directions. Where the stretch Gore-Tex, like you don't have to get that overly baggy fit, because if it is a little bit snug anywhere, it will give that little bit of stretch to it. So I'm a huge fan of the stretch Gore-Tex. That's why I went with it with the Brian Iguchi Gore-Tex jackets.
The other cool thing about the Volcom stuff is that you can zip everything in. You can zip your pants into your jacket.
You can, yeah. Which isn't the most convenient, to be honest. Like unzipping your pants from your jacket when you sit down at lunch is not like super easy.
Yeah, but in a powder situation.
It definitely works, yeah. Mike Bergeron says, copped 2 beanies. Awesome, man. Yeah, thanks for the support. The Snowboard Pro Camp beanies, appreciate it. Max with the super chat says, I'm a beginner rider looking for a board that won't break the bank. Do you have any recommendations? Keep up the great videos. Awesome. The one that always pops in my mind first is the Capita Horoscope. It's like one of Capita's least expensive boards, so that's a good starting place. Are there any that pop into your head?
I would always try to get a board that's on sale from last season, you know?
There you go.
But if you could find yourself like a nice Libtech skate banana from last year and it was on sale, that'd be an awesome board to start off on.
Nice, yeah, the skate banana. Yeah, the next couple weeks, I feel like with this whole Black Friday thing going on, there's probably some good deals on last year's gear. So yeah, check that out. All right. Lots of great questions. Another super chat from Old Man Shredder says, shout out DWCP crew. What's up? Gotta go, but have a nice one. Thanks, Old Man Shredder.
Thanks, dude.
Have fun out there. And I'm pretty sure you're in Sweden. I'm pretty positive. Have you seen Old Man Shredder's videos?
No.
Oh yeah, you have to check it out.
I'll have to go check them out.
It's like a mix of like punk rock, skateboarding, snowboarding, and firefighting. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah. There's a good one. So from Wise Wisdom says, how much forward lean do you guys have on your bindings, if any at all?
I don't use any forward lean, do you?
I do. Yeah.
How much?
So on the bindings where you can go from like say 1 to 6, I'll have it at a 4. Just like kind of like that, just over midway forward lean.
Huh. Wow.
Have you tried it? Have you tried cranking it forward?
Yeah, I like having more range of motion with my high back at 0.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, to each their own. Let's we should have a day. I could go 0, you can go 6, and kind of flip back and forth.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing out.
Connor Graham with the super chat says, hi guys. Have you been on the LibTech Scratcher BTX board 2020? If so, what do you think about the ride profile and this? How stable is this board? So I haven't been on the LibTech box scratcher.
Yeah, so there's a few different variations. There's a box scratcher, there's a box knife, there's just a few different variations of it. But yeah, if you're looking at the one that's BTX and you're wondering how stable it is, I would say that they're still stable because of the magnet traction. Unlike a lot of other rockered boards that are sort of just a radial side cut, that radial side cut can feel extremely loose. Versus when you have something that has magnet traction still holds up pretty stable feeling. Yeah,
and I think the box scratcher, it's like that ideal board for like beginner, intermediate getting into the park because it's, soft, forgiving, the magnet traction to help you like ride on firm or icy snow. So yeah, if that's something you're looking for, I think that would be perfect. Good question. All right, man, we're like far behind. We have so many questions on here. Oh man. Rachel says, hello, I enjoy watching your snowboarding chats. Quick cue, best food you have ever had while abroad. Are there any cons to Gore-Tex gear? Oh, wow. That's 2 very different questions.
Well, the cons to Gore-Tex gear is that it costs a little bit more, so it's more expensive. But that's pretty much the only con.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, that's the main con is the price. What food have you had overseas that sticks out in your mind? Have you been to Germany? That's your background, right?
Well, I've never actually been to Germany. I've been to Italy though,
okay.
Yeah, there's some amazing food there. They really know how to make a pizza. They really know how to make a pasta bowl. They really know how to make some good wine.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know what the best was, but I've had some fancy meals before.
I would say the one that sticks out from all my snowboard trips would be in Japan. There's a video, it's called Sushi and Snowboarding, where we do a few runs, go down to the base for some lunch at this like small sushi spot where the lady made like this amazing like veggie sushi for me. And it was like, it really stood out in my mind as being like super high quality. And she made it like all in front of us with like very fresh ingredients. And then we went back up for a few more runs and it's probably not the most amazing food ever, but just like that whole experience of like riding, having some sushi was really cool.
By the way, confirmed for Japan.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, sick. All right, so Andreas is coming to Japan last 2 weeks. Yeah, we booked the place, so we got a place to live in Japan for 2 weeks.
Looks amazing. I'm
Nice.
super stoked.
Yeah, eight beds, 4 rooms, and it should be. Oh man, the more people, the merrier. We're gonna have, Chris is coming, TJ's from Bo, or all of our friends Bo. David Jones is gonna be out there. Yannick and Rav are buddies from England, so gonna be a super fun crew. Fran Few says, I purchased the Capita horoscope for this season. What do you think about that snowboard? Yeah, great sort of beginner intermediate board. And I actually rode it 2 years ago, like a year and a half ago, and I thought it was very consistent feeling. So that's why I think it's great for like new or intermediate riders.
Very compliant.
Very compliant. It does what you want it to do, and nothing more and nothing less. All right, tons and tons of great questions, guys. Trying to get caught up a little bit here. I might flip over to the super chats just to make sure we don't miss any. Oh, didn't let me do it. Here we go. All right. So Scott Zajak with the super chat says, I never see you guys talk about Never Summer boards much. I just got a ripsaw myself. Do either of you have experience with Never Summer? I've actually never been on a Never Summer snowboard. I feel like, where do they sell Never Summers in Whistler?
They sell them at Showcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
no, and as far as I hear, they're a fantastic board brand, and they're very durable. I've just never ridden one myself. I've never had the opportunity.
Yeah, same. I've heard such great things. I know it's like a Colorado company, and they make super high quality boards. You pay a little bit extra money for it, but I think it's worth it. And I almost got the Never Summer Swift this year. It just looked like a really fun, like powder all mountain board, but went with the Orca instead. But
I like their hybrid shapes. They've got the same kind of thing going on as LibTech, like a C2 camber.
Yeah, it's like that flying sort of V style. Yeah, really nice. Matthew Sweeney with the super chat says, thanks for all the great advice, guys. Watching from Melbourne, Australia.
Hey man, what's up?
Very cool. Good morning over in Melbourne. Everyone in Europe, thanks for staying up late. Like NGen here with staying up late. Thanks for the super chat, NGen. Says, Kevin, thanks for the white beanie and SPC cap. I got it this weekend. Oh, wow. From SLB and Shred.
I also got
cool.
a white Snowboard Pro Camp hat, so I'm also very excited to wear that come the season.
Yeah.
See, guys, in the regular portion before the season starts, my hair is typically fairly nice, but then once the season starts and I have to go to work after riding, the beanie is critical. It's key to hide the messy hair that's otherwise been all frizzed up by the wind.
Perfect. There you go. Engine, sweet man. I'm happy a beanie got to you there. That's shout out to our buddies over SLB and Shred. And Jose Bortista with the super chat says, "Get Andreas to Japan fund. Awesome. See y'all in Niseko, hopefully."
Woo! Thanks, man.
Yeah, Jose. So we're gonna be there the last 2 weeks of January. So we will hopefully see you then. And Andreas, definitely check out Andreas's channel too, Andreas Schubert, and I'm sure you'll be documenting some kind of Japan videos on your way.
Yes, I will be making all of the best Japanese videos for you in English.
Nice. It's gonna be some behind the scenes recording, just getting the camera in my face in random times.
That's exactly it. It's really intrusive on Kevin's life.
Making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, Kevin in the shower, Kevin in the washroom.
Oh no.
Kevin cooking, Kevin sleeping, me stroking Kevin's hair gingerly while he sleeps. Good, Kevin, yes.
Have you tried a Japanese toilet yet?
No, I have not. I know that you rave all about them.
Yeah, I have one. I have one upstairs. Yeah. Stan Deek says, Andreas, thoughts / review on Arbor Annex and Shiloh.
Oh man, well I definitely I want to ride the Annex because it's the one that Brian Iguchi rides in the new Roadless movie, which I went and saw last weekend at the Millennium Place. We had a opening preview for that, and it's his cool new super lightweight, performance driven, backcountry directional, free ride inspired board. And there's a lot of carbon in that board. You can see the carbon weaves in the top sheet, so it looks pretty cool. It's got that wood veneer as per usual. Nice. And the Shiloh is sort of like a firmer version of the Westmark. It's, maybe a little bit less freestyle oriented, more of an all-rounder, big mountain board. But yeah, great camber, good for doing a little bit of everything.
Nice, man. Yeah, two really cool looking boards. And Shred1904 with the super chat says, smash that like button, 250. Oh yeah, we're at 214. Oh no, 147 likes. He wants to get us to 250 likes.
Oh wow, my goodness.
That's a lot. I don't know. That's like a bridge too far right there.
It's too much pressure for me to be so liked. I mean, holy.
Ranny with the super chat. Thanks for the support and being a sponsor of the channel here. Says, hello from San Francisco. You guys have done an amazing job at answering so much already. No question for this time, just support. I returned my step-ons, got Falcors.
Nice.
Wow. Very cool. Yeah, that's man, I think you're going to be pleased with that one.
Forged carbon high back.
Very cool. And Osvaldo with the thoughts on Jones Mercury bindings.
So the Jones bindings are the same technology as the Now bindings, utilizing skate tech technology.
Oh,
so,
that's what these guys got here too?
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So Jeremy Jones is a part owner of Now Bindings, and when he started his own bindings brand, he's like, I'm going to use skate tech technology. So he patented it out so that now Jones bindings have it too.
Cool.
And yeah, the Mercury is like a nice all-rounder free ride lightweight performance driving binding. They all
Nice.
look really good.
Still pretty stiff binding, like maybe a 7 or 8, I'd imagine. For
Yeah,
Jeremy Jones.
there's the Mercury and the Apollo, and they're both pretty firm. They're both pretty free ride inspired, and the straps are nice and lightweight.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And Emilian Popoff with another super chat says, just watched We Ride movie on NGen's recommendation.
Yeah.
And I think everyone who shreds should watch it at least once. So stoked for this season. Hashtag DWCP.
It's
Very cool.
essentially the history of snowboarding.
Chris is here.
Hi, Chris.
Lord. I'll give you guys a couple minutes.
Sure, yeah. We'll do another question or two with Andreas, and then, yeah, give him a little plug here.
Okay, toodles.
See ya. But yeah, the We Ride movie is like the history of snowboarding. It's fantastic to sort of see where snowboarding came from, learn the history, hear about Sherman Poppins, hear about the rivalry between Tom Sims and Jake Burton, East Coast meets West Coast. Crazy to watch the history. So
That old yarn. Nice. Andrew Wilsner says, did you guys abandon the Storm Chaser for the Orca? No, I never had the Storm Chaser. I know Chris has one, just outside there, and TJ also has one, and they don't have Orcas. So no, we
the Storm Chaser
Yeah.
is just like even more powder specific.
Yep.
Versus like the Orca is slightly more versatile. It's a better all-rounder that's capable of handling powder. Versus the Storm Chaser, it's a really powder specific board. It's not amazing just on like normal days.
No.
You want that board in like 20 centimeters of powder or more.
I think the Storm Chaser too, it's like really designed to be like surfing the powder. So like really quick surfy turns, not like the best board at say like drops or for like riding at really high speeds, like on big like alpine bowls. So it's a very specific, amazing, fun powder like surfy board for sure. Orca is a bit more versatile. All right, so Kevin Helg with the super chat says, I meant the ones when you pull down the heel cups. Okay, I think we need more context. Maybe there's another question earlier that we missed. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. All right, we got that. Rachel with the super chat says, hello, I enjoy watching your snowboarding chats. Oh, we already got that one as well. I like the chats thing. And Kevin Helg, we just need a little bit more context. I meant the ones when you pull down the heel cups. I'm not sure what. Oh, you're talking about flow bindings.
Where you pull those down. Yeah. It's
I'm
like
not-
a rear entry.
Rear entry flow bindings. I'm not sure what your exact question was, but just my experience with flows is I think a lot of people that have them do love them, but the issue is that you always have to be on your like knees when you put your foot into the binding or be on your toe edge.
You have to be sitting down kind of thing, or
Well, you can't be sitting down because then you're on
you
your
have to be
heels.
standing,
So
yeah.
you either have to be standing on your toes or on your knees when you put your binding on, which can sometimes not be. You're not always in that situation.
especially if you have to push the binding down in snow, and
Yeah.
there's like a ton of snow there, so you can't get it down.
When you're in powder, they can become an issue as well. So I always recommend the traditional straps, but I know some people are a big fan of the flows and the rear entry.
They're great for small hills.
Definitely, yeah. I think that's where it comes into play.
Yeah.
Burns3 with the super chat says, hey guys, if you were just getting into the park and you were East Coast with size 14 boots, what board would you recommend? I got a Ride Twin Pig, but I think I'll miss the magnet on my Lib Skunk Ape. Thanks. That's a tough one, man. Size 14 park board boots. I don't know. What do you think? Are there like park boards out there that are wide enough to accommodate size 14?
Not without slight overhang, so I would say that the War Pig is one of your better bets. The War Pig or the Twin Pig, just being how wide they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think you kind of nailed it there. Like, you got the Ride Twin Pig, so so the Ride Twin Pig that comes in a wide version as well.
Well, any of the Pig versions are considered reduced volume shapes.
Okay.
Right. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's a tough problem you have there with the 14s. It's just such a big boot size. You can also get like razors for your bindings to kind of give you a bit more of like elevation off of the snow, so you don't get as much heel and toe drag. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of like another added step that.
Another good one would be like the GNU Rider's Choice in a specific wide, because they make them pretty wide. It's already a mid-wide board, but when you buy it wide, it's pretty thick. And then just make sure you offset the stance so that you're not straight up on it.
You might have to duck it out a little bit more. And then Adam here, Bad Riders from Australia with the super chat. Thanks, man. Says, greetings, Kev. It's been a while. Can you talk about how you set up the Hero 8? Up in the comparison vid, the lighting was superb. Awesome. Thank you, man. So yeah, in the Hero 8 video that I did, we just held the GoPros in our hand to really test the stabilization, and I think it worked out very well. And the settings that we had on it, I think we did 1080, 120 frames per second, and linear mode. So with that set up, and then the, I guess like the, it's just in like the basic, like, it's not in Pro Tune, or Pro Tune was on, I guess you would say, or off. Which one is it when the GoPro does everything for you? That's with, I think, Pro Tune off. So yeah, we just let the GoPro kind of like set up the white balance, the lighting, contrast, and all that. And I think it definitely, compared to the 7, you could see that the trees in the background were a little bit brighter and a little bit more green. And there was just also a bit more contrast between like the sky and like the mountains. So I feel like on top of the stabilization, it does add some more, just like a better picture quality as well. And NGen with another super chat for Andreas. Do you want to read this one, man?
Yeah, explain what the difference is between Burton Flying V and Libtech BTX, and why the BTX works better with the Magnetraction. By the way, I rock the white beanie also in the shop.
Nice.
Yeah, so Flying V is a slightly different concept. I would say that Flying V is closer to Libtech's C2 BTX, if anything. Typically, BTX is mostly just a rockered shape. You'll see different variations where some of them are like rocker with a flat spot under the foot, but for the most part, it's like a straight up rocker. Versus in the Flying V shape, it's rocker between the feet, camber under the foot, and then rocker in the tip and the tail again. The Flying V shapes utilize frostbite edges, and the Libtech stuff uses the Magnetraction. Magnetraction is just a more aggressive edge serratation.
And why do you think BTX works better with Magnetraction, or I guess, why is the BTX works better?
Well, I think that Magnetraction just makes the board have better overall control, because you're creating 7 points of contact along the edge, which works really well when you're on ice.
Yep.
Versus with the Flying V shape, a lot of people feel that it's very washy feeling, just because there isn't that 7-point Magnetraction, and because they also sort of have a rocker in the tip and the tail, making it really loose feeling.
Yeah, when I rode the Flying V, like the Burton Flying V for the first time, I really felt like my tail just like whipped around with like almost like with too little control. It was just like too like like washy as the tail came around. Compared to, I've never had a full rockered Magnetraction board, but the ones that are like the C2, you definitely don't get that same like whipping of the tail effect, and I think it's partially because of that 7 points of contact kind of helping you to keep in contact with the snow there.
And there's no rocker in the tip and the tail of the C2 BTX. So
right. Okay.
C2 is the same idea as Flying V, but better executed.
Nice. Ooh, nice. And Cause I'm Joe with the super chat says, just picked myself up a 2020 Burton ripcord and put Burton custom bindings on it. What's your opinion on the board? Also, keep up the amazing work. Always waiting for new videos to come out. Awesome.
Yeah, man, ripcord's a good like sort of more price points, more intermediate sort of range board, definitely freestyle driven, and the customs are a good one too to keep that board feeling nice and pliable. You get lots of range of motion out of the customs. They're very compliant, so they're a good like freestyle, park oriented binding, or maybe for somebody who's lighter weight,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great question, man. I think that's a super solid setup. So, and appreciate you checking out the videos, man. Sweet. Andreas, thanks for hopping in here, man. Guys, check out Andreas's channel.
Show.
Andreas Schubert. Do you want to spell Schubert for everyone?
Yeah, Schubert.
Yep.
Thanks so much for having me, buddy.
Yeah, what's the next video?
Probably now bindings,
Now-
and also check out on Chris's channel. We're going to be doing the Capita video that we've filmed. It's just not out yet.
Nice, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone. Thanks so much.
Thanks for helping out, dude. Solid. Oh, wow. This is the...
Guys,
See you, man.
don't stop believing.
All right, who's this?
I'm tagging in, guys.
There's a weird stranger coming into my house.
Hey ho!
Help!
I found this place just on Google Maps, and it said free accommodation.
It did? A good thing I'm moving.
True that.
Nice. All right, so guys, we have Chris Ayers here. Chris, if you guys haven't yet, check out his channel as well. Chris Ayers dropping tons of big like the full lineup of snowboard videos. So like
Lots of boards.
yeah, what was the last? So you had.
I think the last one was the Spring Break Ultralight Powder Displacement Series,
Nice.
and yeah,
The next one is the Capita boards. is it?
Capitas.
Nice.
Yep. And on Jones, Nitro. Too many. My brain stopped working. But almost all of them.
Nice, man. Yeah, so guys, definitely after the super chat, check out Chris's channel. Yeah, we'll remind you at the end here, but yeah, definitely hit us up with some questions.
Force you to go over there.
Yeah, and Chris, have you been eyeing up the weather here in Whistler? What do you think? Are we gonna get some snow soon?
We're always got snow on the horizon. We've got a lot of precipitation coming, and it's been a little bit flirtatious with us. It's slowly moving down the mountain.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, you probably saw, Kev, that we had some coming down just above mid-station yesterday. And so yeah, we just need a little bit more of that, a little bit more coming up, and I think the 22nd is the day that's being floated around.
Okay, that's
So
that's
it's not too far away.
the 27th. That's just like the default day. That's not even
22nd.
Oh, 22nd.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Because the 28th is American Thanksgiving.
Okay, cool.
But word is, like, all the staff are being told to get ready for the 22nd.
How'd you get this inside information? Just
I could tell you, but I would have to kill you.
Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, hit us up with any questions, guys. Questions for Chris.
I feel like the pressure's on. I'm on, like, the anchor leg.
You are the
of
anchor.
guests.
You're the what's the last guest of the show is usually like a comedian. You're like the Jerry Seinfeld of the lineup.
Oh, easy there.
or the bands on Saturday Night Live. They always have the band on last.
That's true. I was going to throw out a ginger comedian, but most of them, I could do Bill Burr. He's not in any political hot water. He's cool.
Nice. Rachel with a goggle question and a super chat. Thanks for the support. Rachel says, Smith ioded chrome goggles. Thoughts? Smith versus Oakley versus Anon. Honestly, between those three, they're like, I feel like those are my three favorite lenses and three favorite goggles. I've had lots of time on the Oakley and Anons recently and like them both. And before I really hopped onto the Oakley train, I was wearing the Smiths quite a bit as well. So I think between those three, I would just go with, for you, like whichever ones you like the most and kind of like fit your face the best. But those are three, I would say, like, I don't know if the Smith and the Oakleys probably have the best lenses, and the Anon is close behind there. So what do you think?
Well, back in the day when we were doing that we had a selection of every single goggle available on the market.
Yeah, goggle
frenzy.
Frenzy, yeah.
It was
2017, yeah.
like 27 pairs of goggles. And I found that within each brand, there was ones that I really liked and that fit my face and gave me good peripheral vision, and then ones that didn't quite fit me so well. So it was more a case of finding the one in each brand that you like, trying them on, seeing how they fit, how they work with your helmet if you're wearing one of those, and make sure you got a nice wide vision.
Yeah, so just try them out.
And they gotta complement your head size as well.
Does any of those, like, which one would you like, in order of the three, which ones would you go for, or like remember
it's pretty
wearing?
tough, man. I'll tell you, but I'm always an Oakley, Oakley kind of guy. So
Oakleys are pretty good.
Oakleys, and then I've had a few pairs of Smiths, and I have ridden some Anons, but it's I think just happened to be nothing against them. They're great goggles.
Yeah, so you can't go wrong with any of those three.
Just get them on your face. Need some face-to-face contact.
All right. Tons of good questions here. Relax says, what are some good pants? I need some that'll keep me really warm for the mountain.
Dice. You need dice on your pants.
Dice pants, yeah. Some kind of casino-themed pants. I would say don't go for the pants that'll keep you the warmest. Instead, look for like a good pair of pants, but get a base layer. So like a thin, just like tight base layer pant that goes underneath your snowboard pants, and those will keep you super warm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Andreas was mentioning it before, but the only thing with like very wet areas here is when you get that wet layer on the chair, and I find that's the bit that always soaks through and gives you the cold.
Yeah.
Tuckus.
Yeah. So I think the first step would be like a shell pant that is something like Gore-tex or something with a high waterproof rating. Mm-hmm. And then after that, after you get the water from keeping the water out, then you want to go for like a warm base layer. You don't wear a base layer, do you?
No, but I had an old back injury, and so I wear the butt pads, the crash pads as protection. So that's
a good one.
The butt, and when I was teaching as well, Kevin and I used to be teaching snowboarding out here. You're waiting for your class as always. Little Jimmy at the back that's falling over and catching his edge and having trouble getting up. Yeah. And so you're sitting around a lot,
screaming at him.
Get down here, Jimmy. And so having the butt pads, and then I had the volleyball knee pads.
Oh yeah.
Now that was just a great insulation, so that when all the kids are freezing, I'm having a blast.
Yeah, definitely. I would recommend that too. Like impact shorts underneath your pants, definitely help to keep you warm.
Or depends if that's what you wear.
Or depends, but when you're sitting on the chair, like those impact shorts help. And then volleyball knee pads or something. I wore volleyball knee pads for a little while as well, and I
really liked them.
Yeah,
they keep your knees warmer. They have a little bit of compression and just kind of feel like it's supporting your knee a little bit extra if you're doing stuff in the park or if you're riding in really icy conditions. That's always one of those when you get a real hard knee slam and you smack your knee on the ice or on a feature. That's not fun for sure. Yeah, I got to protect those knees.
Sean Dolly says, hi, Kevin. What bindings would you recommend for all mountain beginners? Oh, very cool. So I think a good all mountain binding, you want to look at something that's a mid to stiffer side of medium flex. That's just going to give you more support while riding through choppy or different conditions or even through the powder. So this year for my all mountain binding, I picked up the Now Drive binding. So I'd recommend something like that, just that added stiffness. And also I'm a big fan of the ankle straps that have some kind of 3D molding to your boot. It's just going to make it that much kind of softer and better ride.
I'm going to be jumping on the Now train.
Bandwagon? Sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Everybody's doing it. I don't feel left out. One of the good things that I hear about those, especially if you're a beginner, is that with that the fulcrum that they have, they do they have a fulcrum.
What's
reduces.
A fulcrum?
It's a point of which the binding pivots.
Oh, okay.
And so if you go on your toes, it pivots into your toes. When you go on your heels, it pivots a little bit into your heels. And that actually reduces foot pain. And so that can be a big thing for beginners as well. So helping to reduce that's going to make your day.
That'll be a good thing to test out. I'm looking forward to that. What bindings do you have now?
I have the Union Force.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. The Union Force are kind of maybe a little bit too soft, I'd say, for an all mountain binding.
A little bit.
Maybe the Union Atlas, they're kind of their Union's more beefy all mountain style binding. But yeah, check out some of those. All right. And NZ Bitcoin says, good pair of impact shorts. NZ Bitcoin, why aren't you super chatting us over Bitcoins here? We'll take some of those. Just kidding.
That's the next step, yeah.
Yeah. But all right, so impact shorts. I would say Well, for me, I've got the Burton Impact shorts. They have this like G-force technology that like it's like this hard rubber, and when it gets hit, it hardens up even more to protect your tailbone. So I'd recommend those. Do you have a pair of Impact shorts you recommend?
Those ones are probably better.
Ones?
I'm wearing
Okay.
some older Pro-Tech ones. I need to upgrade.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't get if you. I don't know if you saw it, Kevin, but someone sent me a link on Instagram where we had people grabbing the Impact Short video clips to sell the Chinese knockoff.
Oh
version.
yeah.
I was like, oh, apparently I'm selling gear in China now. Cool.
Yeah. People have taken our video clips and like created little commercials.
Well, they did it with a few. So actually, in the one
Yeah.
video, it's like you can see Pro-Tech on mine, and then you can see other people wearing different branded ones, and then they're like, oh, and buy our like Shenzi
Right.
Impact pants.
And Jason Burns says, "Hey Kevin, did you and TJ break up? Haven't seen the posse together in a while."
He's just here.
TJ was on here 45 minutes ago with the super chat. So yeah, today we had Chris on before we had Andreas,
so.
and before that TJ was on here. And me and TJ were just in Colorado for a week snowboarding together. So
But 45 minutes without seeing TJ can be a long time.
that is, yeah. TJ, come
I
back.
think he sent you a message. I'm all good, buddy.
Jude Dragon says, how much are the Anon M4 goggles? They are pretty pricey. I don't know exactly how much. They're one of the more pricey goggles, maybe around the high 200 range, 250 to 300. But I think maybe check out over the next couple weeks with Black Friday sales and all that jazz. You could pick up a sale for sure. And Nathan Harvey says, does Sandbox ship to the U.S.? At the moment, Sandbox is a bit of a mystery because I know they changed ownerships, and
No more Kevin Sansalone.
no more Kevin Sansalone, and I've noticed that they're much less available here in Whistler. Haven't seen them around too much, and even in the States on websites where I've been doing some just snowboard shopping, some browsing, I haven't seen the Sandbox helmets around, so I don't know.
They seem to take a summer shift towards wakeboarding. I saw a lot of wakeboarding clips featuring their helmets, which is fair enough because that's obviously big in the summer. But yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
it's a shame that we can't go down and bug Kevin.
get some free helmets. Craziest Crayon says, is David Jones going to snowboard this season? Yeah, so I think he's told us that he's in on the Japan trip. So I think he's in. Are you coming to Japan?
Yeah, Japan, baby. Oh, man, I'm so pumped. Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah, if you guys want to donate to Chris's Japan fund, when's your next live chat?
On Tuesdays.
So
yes.
Chris does a live chat every Tuesday. So an awesome way to support Chris on the Journey to Japan fund. But yeah, we're going to be there the last 2 weeks of January.
I'm going to twist Kevin's arm and get him in on the live chat too.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, it's being starting off on the channel, I'm just building it up.
Yep.
And Japan, it's a fairly big investment. So
Can be. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna go and take a loan out on my car and
Nice.
and do it that way.
Rob a bank. Yeah, so if you guys can, so it's Chris's channel is Chris and last name Ayres, Eyres. And yeah, if he can't make it happen, he'll just be coming in my luggage. So let's do the send Chris to Japan in a seat donation, not in the overhead luggage or something.
That would be good. I did see an article where a guy tried to bring his cat on the plane, but it was too fat.
Okay.
And so we organized a slimmer cat that looks identical for the check-in.
Oh,
And then they switched it with the fat cat. But then he blew it because he put all the stuff up on social media.
That's okay.
So maybe if like we can get a tiny ginger child to be your son.
Nice, yeah.
And then I'll step in.
I'll be like, this is my 3-year-old. He can just stay on my lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then that could be trouble though for a 10-hour flight, but
Maybe.
we'll work it out.
Yeah. Don't get too excited.
Just two of us on the seatbelt. Yeah, just like, I need to use the bathroom.
But yeah, Japan's been like top of my one of my main aims since hurt myself a couple of years ago when I tore some ligaments in my knee right before the Japan trip that year.
Yeah.
And so this is like my first opportunity to get back there, and it's a
redemption.
It's a culmination of years of anticipation, and so
nice.
I can't wait.
Let's get it.
I'm gonna practice my Japanese sanokaru.
Perfect. Jude Dragon with the super chat says, how much are the M4 goggles? Oh, okay, so I think we've already covered this one, but thanks for the support, Jude Dragon. Yeah, I think they're like between 250 and 300, but yeah, check them out.
Yeah, I saw them down at Comor where they were in a package with something else, and they were a hair over 300, but they had
that's Canadian
extra.
dollars,
Yeah.
All right. So, Jude Dragon again with the super chat says, P.S. I love watching your vids. Awesome. Appreciate the support, man. Jude, it could be a lady too, guy or girl. Kim with the super chat says, will the ride War Pig or Super Pig do well in Niseko?
Heck yes.
Yeah, it'll do pretty well, but I don't think as well as like a real powder specific board. So it'll do good.
The thing that I'm never sure if people are getting, because you can get relatively get different sizes of their War Pig. You can get a size that would be on the smaller side for you, that's going to be more playful and nimble, or you can get a slightly bigger one that's going to have better float. So although it is supposed to be volume reduced, you can kind of play with that volume reduction size to get one a little bit on the smaller side or a little bit on the bigger side. Oh yeah, but
yeah, I don't know how much of a taper too those boards have. So like, even though like the wider width too will definitely help you to float, but it's like not going to be as like performance oriented as like a tapered board where you can just like whip that tail around through the powder.
Out of the Pig series, probably the Mountain Pig would do the best.
Yeah,
a little bit longer.
Yeah. Chris, you have all the board knowledge now. You've been attending these seminars and
don't ask me about boots or bindings, just boards. Only the board brands I've covered.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thanks for all the super chats. Appreciate it. Chris, do you know what time it is?
It's 3:26.
Oh, that came up? Okay, perfect.
I'm a genius.
All right, here we go. Back with so Gene Feel thought that was going to be a trick. Says Kilroy 3D. Yeah, so Burton has a board with like the 3D tip and tail, and it's kind of like the Battalion 3BT. It's basically like that spoon-ish shape towards the nose and tail of your board. And yeah, I think the Kilroy 3D is pretty cool. What do you think of the 3D shapes out there?
I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you do get a variety. You get the more kind of standard 3D boat shape like the Jones is, or like the Annex.
Yeah, fun for like riding through powder too.
But then checking out TJ's new board, the Party Wave.
Evil Twin and Party Wave, yeah.
Yeah, that's got some whole next level 3BT going on. That's full on, man.
Yeah, so I think like with a park board too, it's like having that 3D sort of shape with those raised contact points. Just helps it to be more catch free, like for getting onto features, for jibbing, just adds that like next level catch freeness. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It takes a little bit to get used to. I got to ride that board at High Cascade this summer. But yeah, after you get used to it and you feel out where the edges are, it's pretty fun.
You get a bit, you feel it on, if you're doing a board slide on a big rail, you feel that little...
Yeah, you probably do. I didn't have, I was hitting jumps that day when I was on that board, but yeah. I don't really hit the big rails, but maybe some small rails.
You think landing big jumps as well, it might just give you a little bit more forgiveness in the landing?
Yeah, I think it's like when you land something and if you scrub out a little bit, it gives it that more forgiving feel though too, yeah.
There's nothing like flying out of a jump full speed with squeaky bum mode going on.
Adam says, hey Chris, weather update. All right,
what's up, Adam?
You want to give him another weather update?
We have a low pressure system coming in the next 20 to 48 hours, which will bring increased precipitation throughout the Sea to Sky corridor. Nice. Look for freezing levels to drop somewhere between 1,200 meters down to 800 meters at night, and hopefully some snow in the valley by the end of the week. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, perfect. All right, so we got a lot of people requesting for a beanie giveaway. So, yeah, if you guys want a Snowboard Pro Camp beanie, there's 2 ways to get one. Oh, Chris has got one too.
I didn't want to come in showing it because,
Yeah,
it's not cool to both be wearing the exact same piece of clothing.
No, it's good. So 2 ways to get the Snowboard Pro Camp beanie. One way, there's a link down below in the description if you guys want to rep the channel this year. There's black beanies, white beanies, and a few gray beanies left as well. So that's a good way to get them. Or we can do a beanie giveaway right now as well. So I'll just randomly, with the help of Chris, choose a random commenter. And all you have to do to get the beanie is to subscribe or follow over on Instagram at Snowboard Pro Camp, and then send me a DM with your full name, full address, and I'll send you out a beanie. Also, check out Chris on Instagram as well.
Yeah, I got to change my Instagram handle. I'm already recovered. Yeah, so get into your comments now. Throw something up there, and then we're going to use that to give away the beanie. So if you guys want the beanie, throw something up. Doesn't have to be too smart or fancy. Just get something up there.
Yeah, and follow.
And yeah, they're fantastic for. I find like they're nice and thin and tight.
Oh,
tight, so they're great for wearing under helmets when you're riding as well.
Yeah, do you think this is the best beanie yet? Is the black one your favorite?
Yes. Yeah, no, it's good.
I think the feel of it's pretty nice. It's like a nice feel. It's like that balance between thin and thick, because they can definitely be too thick too.
Yeah. Some, I mean, the thick ones are good, but not for wearing under helmets, because then your helmet just starts getting all loose, moving around on your head and whatnot. So it's good to have something nice and tight.
And it's also got the double-sided tag, so you can ride it this style or the style Chris has. So
you got a Mondo head.
A Mondo head. One more question too. Danny Hinkle says, "Where are you guys at?" So we're in Snowboard Pro Camp Studios in Whistler, BC, Canada.
The home of snowboarding live chats right here.
All right, so let's just randomly pick. So whenever you just say stop, okay, and I'll stop on somebody.
Sure.
Tell me when.
Yeah, stop.
All right, so we got Simset.
Dude, talk about being set. You're set with the beanie now.
Yeah,
nice one, bud.
Yeah, so Simset, congratulations. You are the beanie winner. Just send me a DM on Instagram. You have to give me your full name, full address, and I will ship out a Snowboard Pro Camp beanie to you. Awesome.
And send $100 to help us move around inventory to send the beanie towards you.
Yeah.
This is the Nigerian beanie hat scam.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the beanies are doing well. So shout out to everyone who's picked up a beanie already. I think we're there's like a box of beanies around here somewhere that's getting very low. So yeah, shout out to everyone that's picked one up.
Yeah, beanies are tight.
People keep asking, Find wants to know, Chris, thoughts on the Nitro dropout. Are you a professor on that board?
No, I don't know. It's actually one of the ones that so the boards that I was looking at, focusing on mainly, is the ones that they carry in Comore.
Yeah.
And because they have about 10 different brands, some of them they're really well represented and other ones not so much, and within that they always try to pick the boards that are going to be suited for Whistler. So maybe a bit more focus on the all mountain kind of powder side with some park and kind of more free ride based boards, but that was one of the ones that they didn't have in Comore. So unfortunately,
yeah, I don't
know too much on that one.
I'm not familiar with that board either. All right. We have one last question. Thoughts on the Burton step-on bindings? Awesome question from the craziest crayon. Yeah, thanks guys. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in to the live snowboard Q&A here.
Yeah.
Guys, check out Chris's channel. So Chris Ayres, Eyres. And Chris, what's the next video that's coming up again?
Capita, baby.
Capita, full line Capita board review.
Yeah.
Kind of like infotainment going on right there.
Getting hands on, getting some flexes in and
nice,
checking them out, and then hopefully, because the mountain's gonna hopefully be opening on Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe get out one of the days before there for a little sneak up. If there's some good powder in the backcountry, we might go back up to our little hidden spot well, I shouldn't even say where it is. The secret spot.
The secret spot up by the old
The old mill.
the second left on the top of the road.
And sneak in some laps there before the mountain opens. That would be cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely be on snow soon. It's but until then, I feel like this is my favorite thing. Like, I love snowboarding is amazing, but talking on the live chat is like super fun too.
You'd prefer just to do live chats for 8 hours a day?
5 days a week, nonstop. 8 hours.
Do 1 hour snowboarding every Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're going to inverse everything. I'm going to do my snowboarding when I live chat and vice versa.
Yeah. But huge shout out. Thanks to everyone over in Europe for staying up late with us. Thanks to everyone in North America for tuning in, and everyone everywhere else for hopping on here. One last thanks to Mike Bergeron for the super chat as well. And big shout out to everyone that has liked, shared, and commented, and for all the super chats. You guys are really what's keeping these snowboard YouTube channels going, so really appreciate it. All right, so let me just double check, make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. Jude Dragon. Yeah, we got Mike Bergeron.
Reminding you about Bergeron.
Yeah, appreciate it all, guys. All right, so Chris, I'll let you go, man. Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks
thanks so much for coming down, and thanks everybody for coming and checking out my channel if you guys are, or you have already. And really excited for an amazing season with the Japao coming up, and sushi galore and hijinks with David Jones.
Yep. Let's do it up. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.